The killing of Ike Gaston in 1940 marked the beginning of the end of the Ku Klux Klan as an accepted group in Atlanta. Now, when they weren't pursuing specifically racist goals, the Klan acted as moral police, and they tried to cultivate a positive image for themselves as white enforcers for people who were deadbeat fathers who didn't provide for their wives and children. So one day, when Isaac's wife walked into the Klan-affiliated bar and started saying that he wasn't bringing home food or coal for the stove, they decided to form what they called a wrecking squad. Now, these guys got together, about a half a dozen of them, and went to the white man's barber shop over at East Point. And they found him, the white barber in there, asleep on the floor with a pillow under his head, almost passed out drunk. They drove him up Red Wine Road, bundled him up, and flogged him, and then smacked him on the ass and said, "Get back into town and take care of your wife and kids. You didn't see any of us." But as drunk men are apt to do, he tried to sleep off his flogging. But it was March 8th, 1940, it was freezing out that night, and he died of hypothermia. 1,500 people attended his funeral here, and this was the final event of the Klan as an above-ground organization. It ironically took the death of a white barber to finally bring police attention to this group, which had already killed hundreds of black people. All of the Klansmen who were responsible for the killing of Ike Gaston were finally sentenced to prison, although they would all eventually be released because it wasn't intentional murder. And Ike's wife, Louise, was buried in 2007 elsewhere in the cemetery with an empty spot for her husband next to her.